Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I got another Population 1 video for you all, and we're gonna talk about the shotguns in the game. But before we start, I want to thank you all for reaching 100 subs. Let's dive in. There are currently two different shotguns in the game, the DT11 and the M1014, or M4 for short. Instead of discussing the guns one by one, I will this time compare the guns straight away. Let's start with taking a look at bullet spread. Both guns are semi-automatic shotguns with 2 rounds in the chamber for the DT11 and 6 rounds for the M4. For the DT11, each of these rounds fires 9 shells in a sort of diamond-shaped pattern. The M4 rounds fire 7 shells. We will now do a bullet spray test and fire the weapon one- and two-handed. As you can see from the results here, it makes no difference for your accuracy if you hold the weapon with one or two hands. This means that the gun is very useful when firing when climbing or flying towards your target. Now let's compare the bullet spread between the two guns. First, the DT11. Next, the M4. As you can see, the difference in spread is pretty big. The DT11 shells, in orange, are much closer together than the M4. When we overlap both patterns, you can see the DT11 has much less spread and is therefore much more accurate. This difference will only increase the further you are away from your target. Next, we will take a look at the damage output. The shotgun damage is calculated per shell that comes out of a shot. This means that you can do damage 9 times per shot with the DT11 and 7 times per shot with the M4. With the shotguns, the further you are away from your target, the less shells will hit your target, so the less damage you will do. Therefore, the shotgun is really only meant for close quarters combat, because if you are far away from your target, you might only hit 1 or 2 shots. The DT11 does 8 damage per body shot and 10 damage for a headshot per shell. The M4 does 8 for a headshot and 7 for a body shot per shell. So what does this come down to in total damage? Because of the bullet spread, it's very hard to hit multiple headshots with one shot. So in the calculation, we will only take one headshot into account. So if you hit your target with the DT11 from close range, you will do a total damage of 74 with a single shot. 8 body shot times 8 damage, plus 1 headshot 10 damage. For the M4, this comes down to a total damage of 50. 6 times 7 for a body shot and 1 times 8 for a headshot. To get a good feel on these numbers, we have to take the following into account. The DT11's bullet spread is much smaller, so it has a much better chance of actually getting many hits on your target with a single round. This advantage increases the further you are away from your target. The M4, however, can fire 6 rounds before having to reload, which makes it possible to do more damage quickly and to more enemies at the same time. The benefit of the gun really depends on the circumstances of how close you are to the target and how fast you are able to reload your gun, especially for the DT11, because it only has 2 shots. Now let's take a look at some damage calculation examples. So first for the DT11. Here we can see we hit 2 body shots and 2 headshots for a total damage of 36. Next we have 3 body shots and 1 headshot for a total damage of 34. Now for the M4. First we have 2 body shots for a total damage of 14. Next we have a body shot and a headshot for the total damage of 15. Last we have 4 body shots for a total damage of 28. Another variable with the shotguns is the gun tier you have. As you guys know, the guns come in 4 color tiers. Upgrading a tier does not increase the damage output for the shotguns. I also tested for recoil difference, but as you can see here, I did not find anything noticeable there. What an upgrade for the shotgun does do is decrease the bullet spread. Let's first take a look at the spread for the white, cyan and gold tier for the DT11. When we look at the circles, we can very clearly see the difference in spread, especially when we overlap them. In a recent update, the DT11 got a nerf. The choke has been reduced from 10 to 8%. This means that the bullet spread per tier you go up decreases by 8% instead of 10% previously. And now take a look at the same tiers for the M4. As you can see, for both weapons it decreases the bullet spread, and this means you will be able to land more shots on your target with the higher tiers, even when you're a little bit further away. As a conclusion, there's not really a clear winner for me on the shotguns. All I can do is give my advice. If you are really accurate with the shotgun and can handle it well, the DT11 is your shotgun to go to. If you hit the 2 shots that are in the magazine, you have a big chance of downing your enemy because you can do a lot of damage. If you are often in a situation where you need more shots to land hits on your enemy, the M4 is the way to go. You can keep pounding at your enemy and miss 1, 2 or even 3 shots and still possibly down them. A shotgun is always good to have in your inventory, especially in the late game. But know that you have to close the distance to make it effective. So that's all I have for you guys on the shotguns. I hope you found this very helpful. If you liked the video, please leave a like of course, and let me know in the comments what you would like to see next from me. Thanks everybody for watching, and see you in the next one.